Hi everyone. So welcome to video number 9. I kind of feel like that Mambo song, Mambo number 9, was that it? But anyway, today we have a good topic, I think. And hopefully it'll be one that if you have any friends that are looking to retire, about to retire, or who recently retired, you'll share it with them. So remember, I started this just as a way to keep myself entertained and busy, something else in my retirement years. Even though I retired in 2009, which means that I've been retired for a while. No, wait, 2019, not 9. I've been retired for quite a while, but when I first retired, I knew this. I didn't want to have anything to do with the job I left. So some people like to stay involved. They like to continue participating in doing things with their old job. And I say, if that's really the case, why did you leave your job? You should have just stayed there. That way you would have had a seamless time being there. So I retired, was offered a couple of different opportunities to kind of assist, mentor, do things, and I said no to everything. I know that upset a lot of people who were counting on me retiring and then assisting them, but I knew, like, for my mental well-being, I couldn't do it. So what did I do? I'm gonna be honest, I started playing games. And so the first game I got hooked on was Farmville. I got hooked on Sims. Spent a lot of money on Farmville. Then I went into Facebook because they told me if you go to Facebook, you'll find friends for Farmville. And I did. So there are now some people that I say are my friends that I met through Farmville. After a while, and many sleepless nights and many Farmville cards to fix my farms, I figured, okay, enough is enough. So then I said, well, let me volunteer, because they always say, first you learn, then you earn, then you return, and go back to help other people. So I volunteered. And what did I volunteer as? So I did a financial literacy program training, where then we would go out to low income families and speak to them about how they could budget, how they could start a bank account, ways that they could save money without doing certain things. And that was fun. Then along with that, we also did, and I'm using the French we, really I also did, I got involved with AARP with the driver program and became one of the people that teaches their drivers course, where you can get a discount on your insurance for it. And I really like that, because it was just like teaching. So for 8 hours a day, you would teach the class. And then at the end of the day, people would be entitled to the discount through AARP and the New York State. And that was good, except that then I started teaching a lot of classes. So now I had the financial literacy program, I was doing something for United Way, and then I had the AARP classes. And when you become good, then they want you to head a group. So now I was in charge of a small group. Then as that progressed, now I became in charge of like a group, a part of the county. So after a while, I was maybe free Saturdays and Sundays, and even some Saturdays and Sundays, I was teaching the course. So after a while, I said, wait a minute, this is just like working, and I couldn't do it anymore. So I said, I'm quitting everything. I didn't mention I was also doing another piece, which I had to go into New York City to do. And if you know me, you know I don't like taking trains, and driving to New York City and finding parking is a whole drama. So what happens next? So next, you start looking into crafts, especially if you are crafty or have some skills. So I started doing back to crochet, which I knew, it was a skill I knew as a child. So my daughter and I started crocheting things. And then after a while, if you crochet, you go crazy buying the yarn. So now we have yarn all over the place, and we're not crocheting enough to use up all of this yarn. And then you try to sell it, but people don't want to pay for things. You know, people want things free. So then you stop doing that. And then you figure, oh, you know what? I'm going to, you know, take care of myself. So I started going to the gym. And I was going to the gym 5 days a week, steady, being there like 8 in the morning, and didn't get out till maybe 11:30, something to 12. I took 2 classes, then I would get on the machines, and it was fun. You know, you make friends in the gym, and you get, you know, new acquaintances. You go out to lunch with them afterwards. You meet them in the evening for, you know, you get together. And that was really nice because we did meet some amazing women. And so that was fun. Then, of course, we had the knee injury. So now we had knee surgery, which prevented us from going to the gym. And now you have to find other things. Luckily, I've always been a reader. Like, I can read a book probably in a day, a normal novel. So I was reading. So reading is good. And lately, what I've been doing now is diamond art. And so I'm going to show you some of the pieces because I'm so proud of myself. I have the room in my house, this room where I'm sitting, which I call the flamingo room. And so I have flamingo in a few different places. And so I made this one for my son. This is like the 4 seasons. And this one is going to be for my grandson. This one was a pain, let me tell you, because you see like all these here look like they're all the same color, and they're really not. So I think the key is when you retire to find things that you always wanted to do that you never did and that now you can do. So if that means that you wanted to travel and you never could, now's the time to travel. And don't wait and say, I don't have enough money, I can't afford it. If you wait too long, guess what? You're going to end up needing knee surgery, or you're going to end up needing some other surgery or knee replacement or something else. And when you go to these places, you're not going to be able to enjoy them. So let me take a sip of my Peregrino. If you wanted to move somewhere, this is your opportunity to rent a place. If you say, you know what, I live in the north and in the northeast, and I've always wanted to move somewhere warm. Where is it that you've always wanted to move? Find it, rent the house, live there for about a month, and see, can you live there? Because sometimes people want to do things, and guess what? It doesn't work out. So people say, I always want to live in Florida. Florida is super hot, super muggy. Trust me, if you're not used to the heat, you're going to have a problem, especially if you are an outdoors person. Like, we always laugh. We moved to Florida, but we love it. And so when people come here, they're like, oh God, it's so hot. How can you take it? First of all, we're usually inside. So either there's a running fan or the air conditioner is on, or we're in the pool. If we go anywhere, we go from the house to the car, from the car to the place. Everywhere you go, it's air conditioned. So you don't really feel the heat except in that little instance from the door of your house to the door of your car. So you have to see, can you sustain yourself in the place that you're at? The other thing about Florida, you know, up north when the summertime came, everybody was out in the yard. People were grilling. People were, you know, mowing their lawns. People were just outside. Here in Florida, people have swimming pools. You never see them in their pool. People have backyard grills. You never see them grilling. So it's kind of weird for us because we are, if it's like a really sunny day, we're going to be in the pool. We're going to be cooking on the grill. It doesn't matter if we're cooking every day on the grill. So it's like a whole different expectation. So you're thinking, well, Florida's sunny. People are going to be out enjoying themselves. They enjoy themselves in different ways. So you have to understand that. That's why I say take a month, move to where, you know, rent a house in a place that you think you want to move to, and see if that's really what you like. And then you can make a better informed decision and then decide, is this for me or not? But don't and this is just me saying this, don't stay doing what you did. Don't stay tied in and connected to what you left. Because why did you leave then? Like, why? If you wanted to stay connected, then you should have you shouldn't have retired. You should have stayed there. That's my personal opinion. If you say, I'm ready to retire, that means you're ready for new things. So what are the new things? Lastly, a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to retire so I could spend time with my grandkids. I don't know about you, but most kids that I know don't want to be with their grandparents 24 hours a day. Unless they're little babies and they don't have a choice. Most kids want to be engaged in some activities, hanging out with their friends, doing things. So don't sacrifice your life for your grandkids. I've seen that happen a lot, where either the grandparent becomes the babysitter to a child, who then grows up and now you have nothing to do because the child is engaged in normal kid stuff, and you feel like you've missed out on opportunities. Really, retirement is a time for you. And remember, this is just me talking. Retirement is a time for you to do the things you could never do when you were working. Try out any craft that you wanted to do. Visit a place that you've always wanted to visit. And do it early on, because as you get older, you're going to be more tired. You're going to be probably more out of shape unless you enroll in the gym and start going to the gym. But you have to stay active. Stay active. Even if it's involved in a club, a church, something to maintain that activity so that you don't age more than you should. So that's just my advice to anyone who wants to retire. It's my advice as to what has worked for me. And I have friends who have retired, so I have seen all of the scenarios that I happen to mention. And I think that I have made retirement look so good that people that know me keep saying, oh, I want to retire. I want to retire. Because you're not retiring from life. You're just retiring from a job. And remember, you are not that job. Whatever title you held, whatever position you held, that's not defining you. You define yourself. Make a new definition for who you are and what you want to do. So I hope you enjoyed this talk. If you did, please share it. I think there's a lot of good information. And definitely subscribe. Be safe, be well.